Hello guys, welcome back to a new episode of DIYRC to the Frsky Taranis X9 Lite firmware update from the EEPROM to the OpenTX D16, so we can combine it and bind it to the Cinebee 75 Cinebee Whoop. I already took the top plate off so we can bind it to the receiver. With the stock EEPROM firmware that it came with, is not capable to bind it and use it at the moment. That's the problem that we have, that we're going to fix. Therefore we need that OpenTX and the D16, especially for the bind and plug and fly whoops. And the three things that you need is one is an SD card, the second is a computer and an SD card reader. And so let's jump into the computer. And the first step is just googling Frsky, click on it, then go to downloads, find the Frsky Taranis X9 Lite, and then go to SD card content first, that you have to download onto the SD card before you can download the firmware to the SD card. So you have all the correct maps that the X9 Lite will recognize. Then after downloading the SD card content, we're gonna download the firmware. You have to download the first firmware first, the oldest version with the D16, and then also the latest version, the update. When you got those two, you create a folder on your hard drive and you copy them all to them. And then first we're gonna open the SD card and click all the content inside, all the maps, and copy that to your SD card. It will take a while, so I'm gonna speed up for it. And go to the OpenTX firmware, open the map, open it up, and then click the bin, you see it behind it, bin, and copy that to the firmware map inside your SD card that you have now. Just the bin, not the map, or else it will not be recognized. And then you're gonna do the same for the updated version. And you're also gonna take the FR and the UID, and then the whole map will be copied to the SD card firmware map. And when you're done downloading the correct files on your SD card, then you pull it out and put it inside the X9 Lite. Then push your trim buttons towards each other while you're turning on the radio for a short while. Now you get into the bootloader where you can flash your firmware. You can also restore back to EEPROM, but we want to go and flash the firmware first to OpenTX and then the next one, as recommended by Frsky itself. So click. Click on flashing firmware. I got the first version and then the update. And then we have the one for the FRF, internal module, and the MDUA for the external module. But that's only if you have problems with your external module. And that's only needed for the first models that came out that can have a problem with it. The later models, if you buy an X9 Lite now, today, you don't have the problem, the update is already done. Now I'm going to the first firmware update, and then click menu, and that's flash. So now we change from EEPROM to OpenTX. Don't care about the warning, it's fake.
Welcome to OpenTX.
You see, welcome to OpenTX. And now we just have to do all the calibration. Click enter to start. Set the sticks at the middle point. Move the stick to the pot. The next step, then we turn it off, and we're going to update the newest firmware. Again, both trims to out, inside, and then turn on the radio. Inside the flashing firmware, then we check the latest firmware. Yes. Flashing complete. Click exit.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Now we have the latest and newest
Throttle warning.
update. Okay.
Switch warning.
And we are done. I just forgot to calibrate the potentiometer, so that's something I have to redo. Because I just forgot it in the last step when we had to calibrate after we did the first firmware update to OpenTX. I hope we got it the second time when we did the newest update. But that's not true, that didn't happen. I have to do that a later time. The next step is to do the RF update to the external module. For that we go to menu, and second page of the menu. You find firmware. And there you find the PWM, that's for the external module. Here you find the RF for the internal module. Open it up, just like your PC. Then go to flash internal module and wait a few seconds. Oh, and it took about 2 minutes, but it's done. And let's exit again. And then the last step is checking if the version updates are really done correctly. So you go into the menu, hold it for a long time, go to the last page, where we see the version OpenTX 9X Lite, and then the module RX version is the ESRM and 1.10, 1.1.2. That's correct, that's the latest version. And then to see if we have D16, we go into exit, small press, and go down, all the way down. And here we have mode, click it, and then we can switch it to D16. That's nice. So we got all the options now available for the X9 Lite, so we can bind it to the plug and fly drones and planes. I really hope you like this video. Are you interested in this radio? This really nice gimbals? Then check out the links down below. Cost less than $100. If you're new to this channel, then I hope you subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.